Hi, it's Harmans. I'm just going to talk about Don Jail, Toronto, a rogues gallery of Toronto's most notorious criminals hanged in the Don Jail in the 19th and the early 20th centuries and dug up a decade ago during a renovation, now rest again in an unmarked grave. It's a bare patch of grass and gnarled tree roots in a remote corner of St. James Cemetery deep in Rosedale Valley. Nearby graves have tombstones, some adorned with fresh flowers, but there is no stone on this spot. Lying here, anonymous and unmarked, are the remains of 15 of Toronto's most notorious criminals from the late 19th and the early 20th centuries, all hanged at the Don Jail. A press conference announced the find, and an archaeological firm was called into to excavate the site and identify the remains. A documentary crew made a show for History Television. But then all of the hanged men were reburied in an unmarked grave in St. James Cemetery in December 2008 after a graveside ceremony conducted by an Anglican priest. Executions at the Donjel had a medieval air. Before 1905, they occurred outside with crowds of onlookers peering over the jail walls. Afterward, they took place in a dark shaft built from a former washroom inside the prison. The practice of bringing the dead man inside the exercise yard walls stopped in 1930. The last execution at the Don jail took place in 1962. In 2008, experts with Toronto-based archaeological services painstakingly identified the remains of 15 criminals who were buried after their executions at the Don jail between 1872 and 1930. Here are their stories. Mr. John Williams of 49 years, hanged on 30th of November 1877. According to the archaeologist report, Mr. Williams kicked his wife to death in a drunken rage in Weston. The couple had 14 children. Next one is Jan Ziolko of 31 years, hanged on 13th April 1915. He was one of two Polish immigrants tried for the $75 robbery and murder of a man with a hammer. And the third one was Frederick Davis of 45 years, hanged on May 1922. On August 7, 1920, the body of 8-year-old Philip Goldberg was found by Preserby in a vacant lot of the Sunnyside area. The boy's throat had been slit from ear to ear, his skull crushed. Witnesses had spotted Mr. Davis walking away from the scene of the crime and had seen him earlier with the body. He was hard to miss. He had gold teeth, wore a wig, walked with a limp, and may have had open sores on his face. He was suffering from syphilis, which may also have given him dementia. Toronto detectives had tracked him down in a New York jail, serving a sentence from some other crime. A jury here took just 2 minutes to find him guilty. His lawyers sought to have his death sentence commuted because of his client's reduced mental state, but failed. Thank you.